names, LaDonna Lorraine Gay Rimmel. My dad's name was Rimmel, and my mom's last name was Bemis.
And how old are you?
I'm, how old am I? I'm 89.
89, yeah. So where were you born?
I was born in Linton, Indiana, and that was kind of in the hospital at Linton, and that was unusual because in those days the babies were born at home. But my mom had a very difficult time, and my grandpa said that he insisted that grandma should go to the hospital because that was his daughter, and he was concerned about her health.
Okay, that was very interesting. Can you remember some of the earliest memories you had as a kid?
Well, my most memories that I have is how much enjoyment we had because I didn't have the privilege of being close to my grandparents. We lived up here, and my grandparents lived down in southern Indiana, and it was such an enjoyable time to be able to go to be with my grandparents. And of course I had, when I was a child, I had 3 aunts and 2 uncles that were not married, and they gave us a lot of attention. And my youngest uncle was only 6 years older than me, and so he gave me extra amount of attention when we went down there.
So you saying you were the favorite?
I was the firstborn. I'm going to say, I'm not going to say I was a favorite, but I would say myself and my 2 older brothers, we were pampered. One of the things, they didn't have a lot, but one of the things, of course this is when we were a little bit older, that was so special, when we would go down there, my aunts would give us all a stick of gum, and that was so special to get a stick of gum.
So that was one early memory you really remember is getting that stick of gum.
Well, that's one of the things, and well, the most early, that was another thing we liked to play. Being that they lived on the highway and they lived there on the curve, Grandma and Grandpa had a porch, and we would sit on this porch in their swing, and we would pretend like the cars that went by was ours, and we took turns. And if somebody got an old clunker, oh boy, that was really funny, because we really ribbed the person that got the old clunker. And being that they had the porch, we used to jump off of it at the side, and we were swimming.
So our next question, tell me about your parents and what they were like growing up.
Well, I had 2 very loving parents, and they brought us up into the nurture of the Lord. They made sure we went to church, and one of the things my mom used to read us a Bible story every night before we went to bed. I remember that as a child, and the names of my brothers and sisters, well, you know.
The names of your parents.
Oh, Letitia.
Mm-hmm.
Anna Letitia was her name. Anna Letitia, and they always called her Tish. And Raymond Foster. Rimmel. Mm-hmm. And it was Anna Letitia Bemis. And they were just very loving. They were very loving parents. And my dad, he always included us. You're going to talk about my home, but when we were building the house, I remember that he put boards on the house, and he had, and I was just as big on this as my brothers. We all had a nail, we all had a hammer, and we all had to nail these boards onto the 2x4s. And I was helping him, just like the boys. My house, it was a continue building. When I was growing up, and Dad built the garage first, then he built he put what they called the breezeway. Then he built not only the basement, but he built on top of the basement the kitchen and the bedroom. Then he went on, built some more of the basement, and then he built the dining room and the bathroom, and then he went further on with the basement, laying blocks, and he then put the living room and another bedroom on the end, and that's how he built the house. And later, he puts the roof on. He put the roof on. It was all flat, and he put the steep roof on. My room was over the garage. When I got married, my room was still over the garage. My husband helped my dad finish building their house. So the house was never finished when I was living there.
Did you live there with your husband for a while?
No.
No? Okay.
No. When we got married, he bought this. He was almost as bad as my dad. He bought this shell of a house, and it had nothing but the windows were out. My dad worked with a guy tearing down old houses, and the windows that my dad were good, that my dad saved, that's what went into our house when we got married. And even that, when we got married, he did have it plastered, but that's all. There was no, just the subfloor. He put the flooring down after we were married. He put doors on the, like closet doors and bathroom doors. We had no door on our bathroom.
So throughout growing up and you being married, so everything wasn't done all the time.
No.
But were you still content?
Yes, I think so. Well, it was part of my life.
Yeah.
That's the way I got married. I didn't know any different. It was part of my life of being in a constant building. But I have to say, I think it was easier for me than probably was for my mom, because things were a little bit better, I think, for me.
So our next question, what was your wedding day like?
Very stressful.
Was it really? Wow. Tell
Yes,
us about it.
to me it was. We had a candlelight wedding. I was a nervous wreck. I was very stressed out. And I remember after we got done with the wedding was over and the ministers pronounced us man and wife, we were back in the receiving line, and I can just remember what a load. It was just like a big load was off of my shoulders, and I finally relaxed to sit back there during the, I didn't relax until after it was over with.
What was it like becoming a parent for the first time?
I don't know. It was...
Because, I'll stop you there for a second, because when I asked you what your dreams and plans were, it was you wanted a family, so it must have been really important to you.
But yeah, well, I wasn't ready for a family quite as quickly as it came.
I think that's all of us.
I think, this is my personal opinion. We just got married, and we hadn't really got adjusted to one another, and I get pregnant, and there I am, sick, and not only am I adjusting to being married, but I'm adjusting to having a baby because I'm sick all the time. And so my advice to young people there is, if you can, and I know it doesn't work that way, is to wait a while before you have a baby.
Yeah, first one.
Well, and I'm talking about myself, but I'm sure, Dick was he was so happy that, because he thought that he could never have children for some reason or other. And he was so happy, but not only was he adjusting to married life, but he was adjusting to a woman that was gonna have a baby, was sick. And what she was going through. So I would think it would be stressful for both parties.
Okay, what was some of the favorite memories of raising your kids? Yeah.
Oh, well, I remember it was every stage of life. Every stage of life has memories, and every stage of life of your children, you grow up with them, and you enjoy each step. But the biggest memory, biggest things that we enjoyed is stay involved with the family. And I don't know how old the children were, but they were young. And this old fellow, we met him because we was going into a new, we bought into a thing it was called IPSA, and today it would be like you delivering flyers to people's houses, and that's what we did. But this guy that we got acquainted with, he wasn't a Christian or anything, but he talked to Dick. He was older, and he said, do with your family now while they're young, make memories with them. He says, because they're gone before you know it, and it's too late. And that was when he took heed to that, and we started doing things with them. We did things. Sometimes we did mini trips. Sometimes we just went to the park, and my neighbor, I babysat for my neighbor, and he went with us a lot of times on some of these things that we did. And one of the things that we did, now he didn't go on that one, but one of the things we did, we rode our bicycles from Lake Street to Jimtown on some of the back roads. Aiden was so small when we did that, and Doris went with us and her kids, and he put a bicycle seat on the handlebars, and he put also a bicycle seat on the bar, and he rode Aiden and his cousin on his bicycle going all the way to Jimtown. And so just doing fun. Well, I was going to get back to my neighbor.
So getting to that, you wrote down the things we did together. That was the most important thing you put down, is things
with the family.
With the family, just doing anything with the family.
Yes.
It's not on my sheet or anything, but I have a question that came to mind. So, what would you tell the younger generation growing up about family? What would be the most important thing that you would think?
Stay very involved with your family. It doesn't matter if they're little or if they're teenagers. Well, some of our most memorable times is even when the kids were teenagers. The things that when we would just go to a park, and we would go. Of course, here we could go back in my woods and do the same things, but we roamed around the woods together. One of the parks we went had a swinging bridge. Going across the swinging bridge, just everything. Just grow up with your kid. Basically, I guess that's it. Just grow up with your children.
Very good answer. Now, with that being said, we'll get on to the next question. What were some challenges you faced as a mother?
I don't know how to answer that really.
Just to help you out a little bit, you said making sure the family was happy.
Yeah, well, yeah, making sure the family was happy, and this is another thing. My whatever you expect out of your, okay, this would be teenagers or your children, whatever you expect out of them, be sure you live up to that yourself. One time I didn't expect to go away, and I said to my brother-in-law, I need to get home because it's about time for the kids to get home from school. And he said, well, do you have to be home when the kids are come home from school? And I said, no, if I tell them I'm going to be gone, it's fine. But they did not know I'm going to be gone. And they will, when they get home, if I'm not there, they're going to worry about me just like I worry about them if they don't show up when they're supposed to. And to me, that was important for me to be here because they did not know that I wasn't going to be home, just like I expected them to let me know if they weren't going to be home for something, if they were going to be late.
So keeping expectations for
Keep
both parties,
whatever you expect out of your children, be sure you hold up that, you be the same.
Yep. So with the next question, what values were most important for you to teach your children?
The values of the Lord, of being with accepting the Lord as their personal Savior and living for Him. And that's my desire for not only my children, but my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and I pray for them daily that they will accept the Lord and that He will live in their hearts. And they will serve Him all the days of their life. That's the most important thing, and there's nothing more important than living for the Lord.
With that being said, what does your family mean to you?
They're my all in all.
So, next question. What are some of the biggest lessons life has taught you?
Not to be too, how do I say it, serious about things. Flow with the punches. Take things as they come and deal with it. Don't worry about future. Just take life as it comes and enjoy the family.
Because I'm sure for you it goes faster than you think.
Yes, yeah. It seemed like only yesterday.
What advice would you give younger generations, like to your grandchildren?
Well, my advice would be, like I said, stay involved with your family. Love the Lord with all your heart, soul, and mind. Walk with Him, and ask the Lord to guide you in all things. I'm kind of going back. You asked me, I don't remember what question, but with my family, with the growing up, I remember when Denise was born, when she was young, everybody talked about Dr. Spock and what he said, what he didn't say. And I just prayed, I said, Lord, I don't know about Dr. Spock, but I just need your help with raising my family. And that would be my advice. Ask the Lord for help in raising your family, because your child is not like another child. He and she are a different individual. No two people are alike. And so you need God's wisdom with every one of your children. And you ask Him for help, and He'll give it to you.
I don't have this question on our sheet that we went over, but what was the biggest help that you needed from the Lord to conquer that struggle you had in your life? or something that was painful that you had to go through? What was that?
The hardest time, I would say, that I had was moving up here into the old farmhouse, and then we had a fire.
Yeah,
It was
tell us about that fire.
Well, the day of the fire, I have you. It was another one of those building things, and Dick had built a fireplace, and he was very careful about building this fireplace, laying up a stone fireplace. It was beautiful. It was a kitchen dining room, and it was like all combined. He had put floor down, and the day of the fire, we had just got new carpet put down in the living room. Oh, and he took out the old bedroom and made it like an L-shaped bedroom, an open staircase, had the going up the stairs. The stairs upstairs wasn't finished, but the day of the fire, we hung curtains. And by the way, that stove, we had a stove in there. It's that stove right there that you see, that I have in my house now. That was the stove. And well, anyway, I just felt so happy because I thought I finally am getting looks like it's going to be a home.
Everything was looking good.
Yes, it was looking very good, and it was nice. But when he put the stove in, it was a new chimney. He laid up the blocks, but it went through partition, like between 2x4s. I don't know what you call that, but it had the 2x4s there, and he went by the standard. They called it a thimbles, what they called it, and what it is. The stovepipe went through this thing. It was like a thimble, and apparently the fireman thinks that because he was built it on the porch, that some tar paper must have fell down on top of that on the top of that thimble, and being that he had the fire and it got a little hot, that tar paper caught on fire and blazed, because that's where the fire started, was on top of that, and it went up the wall, upstairs. The upstairs was all open because it wasn't finished yet, and so we lost the house.
The whole house, right?
Well, no, because they closed it. We lived in that until he built over here.
Oh, so you lived in it with the fire destroying
No,
it?
after the fire.
Okay.
Yes, after they tore up, because it tore up the carpet and everything, and we lived in there. That happened around. Well, I just got it on. I seen it on the calendar. It was, I think. Anyway, it was the last of November that it happened. So we lived there all winter in that condition. And when spring came, then he got Tizer. They went to Diamond Cove. He dug the basement over here. No, I don't. I've got something wrong, because we built it. Tizer did, but we lived in that. We had. I don't know how we worked it. It's crazy. I can't figure it out. But I know that he did there again. We moved over here. Must have been a year later then, because we moved over here New Year's Day, and all we had was there again. It was just a shell upstairs, but the windows were in, and we moved in the basement. That's all we. The house wasn't finished. We just moved in the basement.
No.
And there was, where that table is right there, there was a stack of wallboard there that he was using to put the wallboard on upstairs. he had the stools and the shower, the tub in, but there was no wallboard or anything. And I'm going to tell you how I was always so proud of my family, because that was where they went upstairs to take their shower. They would say, "I'm going upstairs to take a shower, everybody stay down." And everybody respected each other because it was all open. There was no privacy except everybody stay down. And I was in a building process again.
Even with all that going on, how was your relationship with the Lord? How did you feel? Did you feel any resentment or hate towards him that your house burnt down, or how was that situation?
No. Oh, you can't blame the Lord for anything. I just remember the firefighters was just wanting to just let the house go, and Dick got the hose, the firefighter's hose, and he was trying to fight the fire. And one of the guys said, "Who's he? Who does he think he is?" And anyway, they took it from him, and he said to me, "The Lord gives and the Lord takes." But the thing of it is, the Lord knows what he's doing, because I've thought many times, and Dick and I talked about that. The Lord wanted us to have this home because that was an old home. The foundation, I was always crawling underneath there because the pipes would freeze up. There was no way of keeping those pipes from freezing. And you don't think about when you're young, you can do things. You don't think about when you get old. And when you get old, we wouldn't have been able to maintain that. We wouldn't have been able to live there. But the Lord gave us this. The Lord sees the future. We don't see the future. We go through hard times, but he's always with us. And you have to remember that he sees the future. We don't. And I think about why we grumble a lot of times, but we should never grumble. I think about the children of Israel. The God was taking them through the wilderness, and they grumbled and complained. And all they did was cause them more heartache, because instead of going through there, they had to spend 40 more years because of all their grumbling. And life's not easy. Nothing, just because you know the Lord doesn't mean it's going to be an easy road. It's just the main thing is just to keep your focus upon the Lord and thank him every day for what he does for you. Thank him for what he gives you. Thank him. I see people that's crippled. Thank him that you can walk. Thank him that you're not using a walker because you've lost your legs from whatever. Your arms. We don't realize what God really does for us. Just thank him every day for your loved ones, your family.
Yeah. Thank you. That was very special.
He says, I think about what the Lord did for me, how he suffered for me. He says, this is nothing from what Jesus went through, just for me, to save my soul. And the thing of it is, he knew what he was going to have to go through. He knew that he was going to die on that cross. He knew he was going to be forsaken. But he did it for you and I. And there's nothing we go through that the Lord doesn't know what it's like. He's been there.
Yeah, you're right. 100% right. Now on a little less cry topic, do you have any goals in life still at 89 years old?
No.
did everything.
No, no goals. Just to be with my family, and I'm happy. I'm happy just being with my family, and seeing them happy.
Kind of with that topic. So I had some of your family give me some questions to ask you, and with that topic, Abby asked if there's anything on your bucket list.
No,
Did everything, done everything.
I can't say I've done everything, but there's nothing I care about doing anymore. just I just want to be healthy and live for the Lord and keep watching for Him. I look out my door window sometimes, and I know that He's not supposed to come in the north, but I look up into the sky and I think about the Lord coming.
That's great. Another question I have from Hannah here is, what are the most proud moments of your life? And I think we've covered that throughout the interview as your family. Am I correct?
I think so. I think so. I'm proud of my family. I truly am proud of my family, and I thank the Lord for my family. Every day, I thank the Lord for them, and I thank the Lord that my grandchildren are raising their children in the nurture of the Lord. That's a lot to be thankful for.
It is, really is. Next question we have from Wesley. What is your favorite memory of your parents? So your father and mother, any memories that pop up?
Favorite memories?
Yep.
I don't know. I can't say that I have anything special, but I'll have to tell you this. Because it cracked me up. When I was dating Dick, it was raining one day. We came home from church, and we were setting out in the car, and my mom and dad, they got an umbrella, and they strolled up and down the road in front of us with our umbrella. And we just got a kick out of that. And mom would, when we were in the house, Mom would be all lovey-dovey with my dad. It was just like, it was almost like that they were dating, they were young again. I guess I don't know if that's just not necessarily a favorite, but it was always, I thought it was funny how they had to put a show on for us.
Nice. Next question from Misty. She was wondering, who was your best friend growing up?
Well, my best friend was a girl from school, from church, and her mom was sewed a lot, and we were like twins. Her name was Rita Chrysler, and her mom made us outfits alike, and so many of the times we didn't wear anything else except what she had made. We always went to church dressed alike. But after she got married young, before I did, and after she got married, it seemed like that was it broke off. I'll have to say this: she married a boy that went to church, but they fell away from the Lord. And one day she came to visit me. They'd moved in, they lived in Normain Heights in Mishawaka, but they moved out by us in Osceola. And I don't remember how or what the deal was, but anyway, they came back to the Lord. They accepted the Lord, and she came to tell me that it was almost like a second honeymoon. They were just going through a second honeymoon, and then she lost her husband. He had I don't know, I can't remember what, but she lost her husband quite, I think the kids were probably, her girls were married, but they were still young. And she's still living, but I don't hear from her anymore because she lives in Florida or someplace. In fact, since he's died, she's had 2 other husbands, and she lost him. And we teased Bob. We told Bob because that was Bob's first girlfriend. We told Bob to stay away from her because she was he would be sure to go.
That's funny. So the next question is for Marina. Can you name all the aunts and uncles?
Yes, I can name them. You want me to? I'll start with my dad's because, and I don't know if I'm getting them in order, but there was Uncle Harvey, Cecil, Robert, Beulah, Linus Drew. Oh, and then my dad. That's the 6. And then I know the order of my mom's. Uncle Emery was the oldest. Then it was my mom. Then Aunt Rachel, Aunt Mary, Aunt Ruby, Uncle Alvy, and Uncle John. And Uncle Alvy was 7 years older than I, and Uncle John was 6 years. And I never thought of it until after I was older. But I think the reason I was that we got so much attention as children, I never thought of it until after I was older. But Aunt Ruby was only 12 years old when I was born, and so they were just. She was just a child when I was born, when you think about it. And 12-year-old girls love babies. That's all my family. That's all my family members.
Okay, very good. Let's talk about a couple topics that we went over a little bit. So, one of them is you grew up in a very different time, very different, and one of them we talked about is segregation. Growing up, did you see any of that growing up, or?
Not here. And I don't, as far as even southern Indiana, well, basically all my life I was here because Dad came up here because of work, and so we always lived up here, and we lived in Benton Harbor at the time, but I still never seen anything about segregation. The only thing is when Dick and I got married, it was a shock to me because we went to Florida on our honeymoon, and in going through the southern states, they still had the fountains for the white and fountains for the colored, and the colored still had to only drink out of the fountains from the colored. They could not drink from the white. So there was still that barrier in the South a lot. But up here, I never noticed it. When I was in high school, we had a colored family that went to the school, and if anything, he was praised. Well, he was on the basketball team, and he was kind of held up.
A pretty popular kid.
Yes, he was, and I just never thought about. I was just shocked.
That's interesting. Next question is, did you ever fly when you were younger?
Not when I was younger. I didn't fly until I got to be older. In fact, we were getting pretty close to retirement, I would say.
Really?
Yes.
So was flying more of a luxury thing back then?
Well, I don't know how to answer that. I'll just say that basically flying was something that was too expensive. Even I would say, even raising my family, Dick and I was like his mom and dad, my mom and dad. We didn't have a lot, we didn't have that extra money. Uh, we we had to be frugal.
Frugal with your money. Yep. Well, I don't think there's any more questions that I have for you. I think this went very well. You did a very good job. Is there anything on the top of your head or on your heart that you want to tell your family or the world in that matter? Anything that you can think of?
Just put the Lord first in your life. That's the most important thing, is to keep him first and always in your heart. And live before your family. Let your family see Jesus in you. I pray that that's what my family sees, Jesus in me. That's what I hope that they say.
I'm pretty sure they do.
That's my desire, to be what the Lord wants me to be. And as I told you one time, I want my garment spotless before him. When I see my Lord and Savior, one of the verses I quote to myself sometimes is, the desire of my heart. I can't now. Well, I hate to do that because I never can do it. But anyway, is to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, and to behold the beauty. To behold the beauty. Can you imagine? To behold the beauty of our Lord and to live in his sanctuary. When I think about beholding my Savior, just to look upon his face, it's
special.
It's just beyond my mind.
Yep.
To behold him, to see him, and for him to say, "Well done, my good and faithful child." And then when I think about when it's going to talk about, we're going to praise him we're going to be praising him all the time. We're going to have a job up there. I don't know what my job's going to be, but it won't matter. We'll be happy.
Yep.
That's where I stand.
That's your message?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.